It's time for ColonyKids. It's time for ColonyKids. It's time for Colony Kids. Hi, Goliath. How are you today? Oh, Davy, I'm good. I'm just thinking about the Bible study for today. Which story is that? Well, the story about the two disciples on the road to Emmaus. They seem confused. What do you mean? Well, they talked to Jesus, but they don't know it's Jesus yet, right? Yeah. Well, they talk, and he says, well, what has you so upset? And then they tell him about Jesus. And they say, some of our women astounded us because they went to the tomb of this Jesus and it was empty. And then they had a vision of angels. And we don't know what to think. You mean they didn't believe the women? No. They thought the women were telling tales. They thought they were making it up or they were just not very smart. They didn't believe the women. Oh, well, that wasn't very nice. Well, that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about how, in the time of Jesus, people didn't think that women were as smart or as able as men. And that's why they didn't believe the women. But it's interesting because the first people who saw the risen Lord were the women. Yeah. In John, it's Mary Magdalene. And in the other Gospels, it's Mary Magdalene and the other Marys and some of the women. But all four Gospels say that it was the women who first saw Jesus. Yeah. But they didn't believe them. I know. Why do you think God would go to people that might not be believed? Maybe God was trying to say that the people that we sometimes look down on are just as important. Yup, Davy, I think you're right. In fact, we see that all through the gospel. God uses people that nobody expects. He chooses the young person, the old person. He chooses women and children and weak people, and he never chooses the people we would expect. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I do too. You think God could choose me to do something? Sure. What do you think God wants you to do today? Maybe God's calling me to be nice to my sister and to my friends? That's probably a good thing. All right, Davy, I'm going to go back to my Bible studies now. Well, thanks for telling me the story, and I do think it's interesting that God chose the women to be the first people to show himself to. That's cool. Bye. I gotta go now. Bye, kids.